Living, self-sustaining works. Altar bread was made for the first time in 1852. Each of the convents made host for their own consumption. By 1907, host making was big business, and hosts were made at the Mother House in Maria Stein and shipped to parishes and to other convents. Originally, the large tongs would have been used. Then, in the 1920s, electric host makers replaced those iron tongs. The cutter in the center of the case cut the host into perfect circles. The boxes were fashioned by the sisters for shipping the host. Delicate handiwork. The sisters were very talented when it came to needlework. The machine is an embroidery machine, which is smaller than a sewing machine. In the bottom left corner of the wall case, one can see all the bobbins needed to make a piece of lace. Sisters at Maria Stein knitted the center of the tablecloth and then crocheted the edging. Sisters also had a booming vestment ministry in 1952. Domestic ministry. Here is a display of some of the various kitchen machinery and utensils that sisters would have used when they worked in various kitchens. Not only did Sisters of the Precious Blood staff the kitchens in their own convents, they also worked in bishop residences, seminaries, and colleges. Convent-made shoes. It is important to remember that for 50 years in America, Sisters of the Precious Blood had to provide most of the items they used in daily life. This included shoes. Often, sisters would rotate which feet they wore their shoes on so that the shoes would wear evenly and last longer. Wax figures. The art of wax making was brought over from Germany with the sisters. These took the whole day to make, and sisters working with wax did not stop to go to prayer. They had to be sure that the consistency stayed just right and the wax cooled correctly. The hair is human hair that was brought to the convent by the parents of local children. Statues. Papier-mâché and plaster statues were another piece of art that the sisters sold to bring income into the convent. They also made statues for their own chapels. Many of these were papier-mâché. The sisters would take newspapers and paste and cover the mold 3 or 4 times. Then, once it was dry, they would cut down both sides to pull out the mold they had used. They would then use thread to sew it back together. After some more layers of newspaper and flour paste, they would apply a thin coat of plaster and finally paint the statue. Creative products. The sisters worked on a variety of creative products. These were to furnish their convent and to make money for the community. They included baskets and mats, which are seen here. The blue vase that is in the case was made by Precious Blood sister Petronella Schrader while studying at an institute which partnered with Rockwood Pottery. Toil born. This final area is a nod to the farming past of Maria Stein Shrine. The antique farm tools shown here were used on the farm to make life easier. Many were removed from the barns on the property before they were torn down. The columns, which show the wooden pegs in them, are the actual supports to the 1901 convent and are between the plaster walls. We also invite you to the museum's rotating display. This annex to the museum is located just across the hall and chronicles special details in the history of parishes, the local community, and the sisters of the precious blood. There are various exhibits throughout the year that focus on these topics through the artifacts displayed. Thank you for visiting the Heritage Museum. We hope that you will also explore the chapels and outdoor spaces of the shrine. Please remember to sign our guest book located at the museum entrance, and know that our visitors are remembered in our daily midday prayers. May the peace of Christ be with you.